Hello, and welcome to Big Yap Energy,
a weekly yap sesh with your new besties.
Join us to yap about everything books, pop culture, motherhood, and everything in between.
Sit back, grab your favorite beverage, and let's chat.
Hello, and welcome to Big Yap Energy. I'm Neely.
And I'm Kailey.
And whoa, notice anything different, guys? New name, new co-host, same vibes. The vibes are not changing, and really, for the most part, the subjects aren't changing. It'll still be very book focused, but we were talking last week. By the way, this decision was very quick. This was
we were ready.
We were impulsive and ready. We had like a 10-minute discussion about this, came up with the name. I secured the Instagram, the website, and we were like, and we're good. But yeah, I mean, we kind of realized too, and it's something I had been thinking about on my own, that like, we don't just talk about smutty books. In fact, I don't just read smutty books. Kailey doesn't just read smutty books. Like, we talk about other stuff anyway, and it felt like the right trajectory to kind of focus a little less on just smut. Now, to be fair, we will still be talking about smut. That will still be all here.
The smut's not going anywhere.
The book focus is not going anywhere, but we're just going to bring in some other topics like just pop culture and motherhood and wellness and just all the things. And this just gives us a slight pivot,
right? For all your friends' references. Just a little
pivot. I watched that episode the other day and I was laughing so hard, and my kids were like, Liam will be like, what's your favorite show besides Friends? And I'm like, it's not that Friends is my favorite show. It's that Friends to me is like a local Mexican restaurant we have that I love, and most people are like, it's just okay. It is consistent, okay? Like, the Mexican restaurant isn't the best, but it's always the same. It's always good.
I love Friends.
Friends, like, it is to me, comfort. Like, I'm not saying it's the best show that's ever been on TV, but it's, you're going to laugh, right? Yeah. Like, no matter what episode you put on, it's going to be funny. You're going to remember it. Although every now and then there will be an episode that I haven't seen in so long, and I'm like, I don't remember it being this funny. And then I'm like, I love this episode.
I think it still really has like withstood the test of time.
Oh yeah. We had on last night one of my favorite episodes ever, which is the one with the embryos. It's the one where Phoebe gets the embryos implanted, but everyone else is playing the trivia game about each other. And then Monica and Rachel lose the apartment to the boys.
Yeah.
It's so good. My only gripe about that episode is how non-factual the whole IVF part of it is, because one, they would never implant 5 embryos. I don't care if this was the 90s or what, it would never happen. In fact, back when we were doing IVF, I remember specifically asking my IVF doctor about this episode of Friends, and I was like, tell me, like, she's like, it's not. And they find out, like, Phoebe was like, oh, my body's ahead of Western medicine, and they find out that day that she's pregnant. I'm like, that also would not happen. Like, that is not how your body works. Like, so I have to suspend reality when I watch that episode, because going through IVF, it's almost like frustrating. In fact, I couldn't even watch, when we were going through infertility, I couldn't even watch that episode for like a year. Like, I could not bring myself to watch it because it was so upsetting to me. It's Friends. It's not that serious, guys. But yeah, so we're excited. I'm so excited that Kailey has committed to going on this journey with me.
I'm excited to be here.
Kailey's also recording this right now on her walking pad, and I'm like, we're going to start. This is like the epitome of multitasking. She's getting in her steps whilst recording, and I need to be doing this.
With my eye patches.
With her eye patches on.
Just really doing the most.
I had my eye patches on during bar this morning. I took them off during class, but I had them on, and I was like, this is my multitasking this morning.
Yeah. I'm sure no one blinked an eye.
What?
I said, I'm sure no one blinked an eye.
No, in fact, it's funny because I wear them in the car on the way to bar every day, but I usually take them off in the car. And I noticed recently that a lot more people were wearing them like into the studio and into class. And I'm like, oh, why am I not doing this? Like, why do I not just keep them on? Like, I couldn't do it. We have like a HIIT class, and I don't think I could do it during that.
Where you're like sweating. Once my once mine kind of adhere
Oh, well,
on
that's
and
the
kind of
thing. Like,
then they're good to go. But like I'll lift in them sometimes, but I can't like run.
no,
So they
and
would
it's
just
not
slide on
like
my
more
face.
running, but it's a lot of like mountain climbers
Right, the
and
jumping and like kind of
burpees
like
and stuff like that. And so
do
like
they still have the platform?
no, we don't do that
So
anymore.
I taught Pure Bar for
I'm
like
sorry. What?
yeah, girl, I've done like Orange Theory, I've done Pure Bar, I've done Cycle Bar, which is like
I would love to be a
spinning.
Pure Barre teacher. Fun fact about me.
So I taught for like a year and I did not get certified in platform. They were like just rolling it out and I was like bar was a little too like low key for me. But I was like I would have killed it at teaching platform. I
No,
took it like a few times.
I took it in another city. And like so the thing about studios is like our studio still had reform and like pretty much no one else was doing reform and now it's back again. And I think each kind of studio like sometimes will keep certain things that maybe the greater bar community has gotten rid of. So like
That
I
makes
went and took in
sense.
another city and they had the platform and I had never done it before and I was like, I don't love this.
It's a
That's
lot
too
the first
much for
time.
me.
It's a
It
lot.
reminds me of in the 90s, my mom, do you remember like the stair stepper
The
classes?
steps. Yeah, it's like
Okay, so my mom did that for years. I mean, like she would be like in our living room with her stair stepper and you'd hear her doing it. And I remember doing it like in high school a few times, like using hers. But it was like a core memory unlocked where I was like, oh no, 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 no. We're not
this
bringing
is
this back.
hitting a little too close to home.
Okay, well, should we talk about we're still gonna keep ones and fives, guys. Those aren't going anywhere. Should we talk about our ones and fives?
Yes, take it away.
All
I want
right,
to hear
I'm gonna
you.
do
You really prompted this early. You like
all right.
foreshadowed.
I will say, I can't go into a lot of detail about my one because it's not my story to tell, but my dad went into the hospital on Friday.
Oh
And
gosh.
my dad, I've talked about this before. My dad, like, was in the hospital back in November for like a week. He had this really terrible staph infection that went throughout his blood and his bones. And so he went into the hospital Friday, and they're doing a lot of tests, but like, it's not great. And there's like many things going on at once. And he's having like a bunch of biopsies and different things today. So we're, hoping we get some clear cut answers because three different doctors came in over the weekend and told us three different things. And we were like, cool, but like we need one answer. And so that's kind of hard. Uh, Also, my stepmom, none of them are listening to this, so it doesn't matter, but she's not great. And her and I are having we're butting heads on some things. But this morning I had the kids record my dad a video and I was gonna send it to him of like, good luck on all the testing and Charlotte in the video. And bless her little 6-year-old heart. And if you have a little small child, they have no filters, right? Like they just like
Oh gosh.
Charlotte goes, I hope you
Right.
don't die. And I was like, we're going to re record this and we're not
This
going to say that.
this isn't it. No,
This
delete.
is not it.
Oh,
Well, it reminds me of we were at ballet the other day and one of her friend's grandmothers brings her to ballet, like brings her friend. And she looked at the grandmother and goes, you're probably going to die soon.
Charlotte did?
Yeah.
Oh my
And I'm like, the grandmother was like, that's not very nice. I'm like, like, what are you doing? Now, I will say, like, my
God.
mom is 75. You would never know that my mom is 75 other than the fact that she loves to be like, can you believe I'm 75? Like, she's very young looking. She works out every day, like, wears 4-inch stilettos all the time. Like, she is like not
Living her
your
best life, right?
average. She's not your average 75-year-old. But, like, then there are some 75-year-old grandparents who, like, very much give grandparent, right? Like,
Right. Oh,
and so, but it was funny because I was like, funny in the way where I was like, I don't even know what to say at this moment. And it reminds me of a time when Liam was a toddler and I was pregnant. And Liam would go up to anybody that looked potentially pregnant and try to reach their shirt up.
oh,
He was 2. I mean, listen,
right, right,
kids are
right,
going to
right,
kids.
right.
Thankfully, now Liam has like somewhat of a filter. I mean, he's 9. It's getting better. But Charlotte is not. Charlotte's just going to say what she thinks when she's thinking it. And
We're gonna die soon.
like Liam will say stuff like, I'm not trying to be rude, but, and then he'll say it. So he'll at least preface it with,
Sure.
I'm about to give you some hard truths. It's probably not going to sound great.
Oh, there's
Um,
nothing more humbling than like my children trying to give me outfit advice. Or I'll come out and be like, oh, like, do you like mommy's new dress? And they'll be like, not
no.
really. But like, I
Oh
don't really
yeah.
like those colors. Like they are like, so that you know what, when you get a compliment, you know it's like real because they are
Oh, for
ruthless.
sure. Charlotte's favorite thing to ask when I greet her, she goes, "Are you wearing lipstick?" And because it's what she calls like lip gloss, anything is lipstick. And I'll be like, "Yeah." And she's like, "I want some." Like before she'll give you any sort of compliment. But now Andrew will put on shoes with like a shirt or something and he'll ask Charlotte if it matches. And she's like pretty straight with him. She's like, that does not go together. Um,
Fashionista.
Liam says everybody looks amazing all the time. Like he is just the charmer. Charlotte's gonna give it to you truthfully. She's gonna be like, you look terrible today. Like I'm honestly surprised she doesn't just say like you look like shit. But
It's hilarious. Camille will go, she'll be like, do you have mascara on? And I'll be like, yeah. And she'll be like, I think you look better when you have it on.
yeah, kids
I'm
are
like,
so
I'm
mean.
like, same, but somebody's
Kids are
like, you can think that
terrible.
in your head, but maybe you don't like say that
I
to
know.
mommy.
I really wonder though, like, because I can't remember for myself, like, at what age you start to like think stuff more in your head than you say out loud.
We have those
Unfortunately, even as an adult,
conversations.
my face says
Yeah,
a
my
lot
husband's
more
like,
than my
you,
mouth.
he's like, you can't hide anything. He's like,
Yeah,
everyone knows exactly what you're thinking. I was
I
like,
know.
it's,
Have you seen the meme? And it's like, my face needs an inside voice. Like,
oh, 100%.
and then
100%.
my 5 star is that Andrew and I went to dinner Saturday night to like my favorite restaurant. We went, well, and I guess double 5 star, and my birthday's on Friday. So all the fun things. I got a package in the mail this weekend from a friend, and it was 5 pounds of Nerds gummy clusters.
I saw that and was so jealous. Those are delicious.
5 pounds of Nerds. I mean, I would love to tell you that's going to last me a while. It won't, but I gave up Nerds gummy clusters for Lent, so I have not had them, or I gave up candy really for Lent. And I haven't had it since, Lent started. But Lent ends on Thursday, and I'm like,
That's impressive. Yeah, you're close. You're almost done.
I know. Well, and it ends the day before my birthday. I was like, what amazing timing because I can have Nerds gummy clusters on Friday.
You
But
planned
my
that
kids
well.
are off school on my birthday, and I'm like, I'm mad about that.
So there are Friday and Monday.
Yeah. And what's annoying is these are supposed to be like built-in days where if there's snow days, they have to make them up. But and I don't even know why they bother doing this because anytime we had 4 days off for snow in January and ice, and Texas always waives it. And I'm like, then why do we even build in these days? Like, why don't we just always say that? Because then when
Guys,
that happened, I was like, oh, they're going to get my birthday. They're going to have to go to school on my birthday. And I was so excited about it. And I'm like, JK, they're home.
not like you're your children.
All right. What are your ones and fives?
I guess my five is that we are on spring break this week and we're not going anywhere, but I don't know if you feel similarly. There's just something nice about like being home, having like a slow morning.
Yes. Yes,
Like
yes, yes. This
there,
was the first year we went somewhere for spring break. And I was like, I don't know that I want to do this every year. Like, I like not having anything going on.
yeah, like we'll probably go to the library. We're gonna do a theme park one day. They do have one day of camp that I was like, all right, right in the middle of the week, like a little break for everybody.
Yes.
Um, so it's like nice to just kind of be here. And like we have some play dates set up. So it's gonna be a very chill week. My one, it's not really a one. They both are kind of sick. So I guess it's
Oh.
good that it worked out that like they're here. It's just like snotty and colds and like they sound like they have like tuberculosis. But again, we're just like they're still in their pajamas. It's we can
Hmm.
play some games. Do you guys have your kids played taco versus burrito yet?
No, we don't have it.
Oh my gosh, my kids are obsessed. They got it for Christmas. We have like both expansion packs now.
I've seen it,
Like
but like, what do
obsessed.
you do with it?
Okay, so when I first got it, I was like, this is kind of stupid. Basically, everyone has like a little taco, which is like your bank of points, and then you're basically trying to put points into your taco. And at first, no one really understood the
This sounds
strategy.
very dirty, by the way.
Into your taco, yeah. No, it's very PG. But now they understand like how to like attack somebody, and they'll give them like negative points, and they're learning like the strategy of it. So it's cool watching your kids like grasp it and being like, oh wow, this person has like a lot of points in their taco. We should all gang up on them. So like they're getting a little ruthless. There's still like a lot of tiers. So we're trying to work on like, hey, there's always going to be a winner and there's always going to be a loser, and we're going to play this like 10 more times today, so it really doesn't matter. We're working
Yeah,
on our like sportsmanship.
we struggle, and I mean this is very normal. Like we were actually talking about this. We had a soccer game. So we had a Thursday night soccer game and then a Saturday soccer game. And on Thursday we got just creamed. I mean, it was like 16-3. And we were
Oh,
actually a little bit frustrated because the league kind of tries to encourage like not running up the score because these are 6-year-olds, like, right? Like this isn't
right.
like 13-year-olds playing, like they're 6. And it's a little bit demoralizing at 6 years old, like every two
Sure.
seconds for their team to score. And, you know, there's things you can do to kind of at least hold off on scoring from the other team. Like make sure everybody gets a chance to score, make sure
Right.
you pass it 3 times. Like it
Sure.
without anyway. And I'm a very competitive person. And I know that if it was our team up
Same.
16, I'd be like, get more. So one of the little girls was like really upset. And the mom was like, do you remember the other night we're like playing board games and can't always be the one that wins? And so I know this is like very age appropriate that we're teaching our kids, like you cannot always win, even though I am very
Right.
competitive. My kids love playing Sorry. Did you remember the game Sorry? Do
No,
yours play
sorry is
Sorry?
like my like the 10th circle of hell. I hate
It's the
that.
longest. To me,
It
Sorry is probably how Andrew feels about Monopoly. I love Monopoly, but I know like a lot of people don't because it takes hours. Um, but my kids also love Uno,
I
and
like Uno.
I
I can
like
fuck with Uno.
I like a card game because it's just like
Yes.
very like Monopoly Deal. You know, like that's I like
Sure.
anything that we don't have to set up for like like the problem with Monopoly is the setup takes about as long as the game takes.
Right.
And but yeah, like Uno, like you know, you'll get like the draw four, like wild, whatever.
Yeah.
Liam wrote on those cards and it's like draw four and Liam wins. And I'm like, Liam, like he wrote on them with like a Sharpie.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
what are you doing? Anyway, so that happened. But what is your do you have a one in there? Did I
They just
miss the
like
one?
they're a little sick.
And they're
So not a
home.
real one. You just So we
Well,
can't
and
like
kids are so whiny when they're sick too. As
my
am I.
youngest daughter is very like she's so tough. Like she'll puke. She's like, I'm fine. Like very tough. And my older one's fine. But you know, it's like disgusting. You keep blowing your nose. She's like, I keep blowing my nose, and then it just refills again. And I was
That's what
like,
my daughter's like.
yeah,
She'll like lay down and she's like, every time I lay down, this is snot and like
I
just
know.
like and it's so uncomfortable. Like
It's
I will
awful.
say like that's kind of like one of the good things about throw. It's like you throw up and you're like a little lethargic, but like you're done.
Yeah.
With a cold, it's just like your face hurt. Like you're just
Yes.
and you feel gross and it's just
Right.
it's not fun.
So not like a major one, but they're a little sick. They've been fine. I'm kind of like, let's just lay low today. And like we actually didn't really do anything all weekend, which was lovely. We just had like family time and kind of hung out. And I was like, let's just rest.
I
Like
know
weekend of no
Liam
plans.
actually, I don't know if your girls are like this. Charlotte does not do this, but like if we have a day where we don't have plans, Liam's like, I want to go do something. And we're like, no, like we want to not have plans. And so
Sure.
yesterday I was like, Liam, like I always ask them like what's the best and worst part of your day at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And Liam's like, we didn't do anything all day. And I'm like, Liam, like we do stuff all the time. We made them go outside and play for like many hours or like get out of the house. It was beautiful yesterday. It was not beautiful, the soccer game. It was cold and windy and gross. And I was displeased.
Is he like an extrovert? Like, does he just want to go be around
Oh
people?
my God. He is the biggest extrovert. He is the biggest extrovert in this house. Liam gets his energy from being around other
Other
people.
people.
The
Yeah.
rest of us get our energy from not being around people. And he is like that. Like I can extrovert very hard, but I need many days to recover from it. Andrew
Yes.
never
I need to
wants to
recharge.
extrovert. Charlotte is more like me where she does like to be around people, but she also really likes alone time. And Liam just wants to be around people 24/7.
Oh my
Like
gosh, that's so
he does
funny.
not want to be alone unless Charlotte's just like he'll say I want to be alone to be away from her. But no, he just wants to be around people
Like he's
constantly.
like golden retriever energy.
He has such golden retriever energy and just such like wants to go do something and go here and do that. And it's like, I don't always want to go here and do
Now you're
this.
like, that sounds exhausting. Sorry.
I
Mommy
don't want to
just
go anywhere and do anything. And plus like Sunday, it's like we're getting ready for the week. So it's like cutting up fruit and
Sundays
vegetables,
are
like
hard.
doing
Yeah.
laundry. Like you know what I hate? I hate when
Tell me.
somebody plans a Sunday birthday party.
Oh, yeah. No.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do
We had
that.
one. So there was one yesterday we were supposed to go to, and I was like, oh, like she's sick, sorry. And I was so relieved. I was like, this is
Oh
great.
my God. Like I get it that there are just sometimes that you can't help it. Charlotte has a Sunday birthday party coming up, but it actually falls on a weekend where like that will be helpful for to take her to a birthday party on a Sunday. But sometimes I'm like, I just don't want to do anything. Like I want to just chill. And also I wish we could just not do birthday parties. Like when are we done with that?
Ours are starting to phase out, and I'm like not mad about it. I'm like a couple little friends, fine. But, like 25
Yeah,
people, like I'm
with
good.
Liam's age, it's definitely has gone more towards the we're just inviting a couple of friends and doing an activity. Charlotte's grade, I mean, it's kindergarten. It's still very much like we're inviting everybody and we're going to like a gymnastics place.
Well, I think the worst part, maybe you'll agree, is like going and having to talk to the other parents. And if
Oh
it's one,
no.
and I don't know if Andrew, like Tony never goes. Like, does Andrew go? It's usually
Oh,
me going.
I usually go with Charlotte. With Liam, it's usually a drop-off situation because he is out of that state of like, a big birthday party. So we mostly just drop him off now. No, so I don't
Oh,
even
that's
mind
nice.
those because he's at that age. I do look forward to Charlotte being at the stage where I can drop her off. Will she let me? I have no idea. But Liam's also at the stage where like the friends who are hosting the birthday party, the parents will be like, "Oh, we'll pick him up and we'll bring him home." And I'm
Oh, he
like,
like bless. Thank you.
I don't know. I was like, "Yeah, you can take him." Like he had one though in December. It was on a Wednesday night during the school week at like 6:30.
My kids had one of those. It was an escape room, and it was like
Oh,
6:30 to like 8. And I was like, maybe it
Liam got
was
home at like he got home at
5:30.
like 9:30. I mean, it was the last week of school before Christmas, so it was like whatever. Like it's
Right.
not like they were doing anything, but I'm still like, guys, like this feels very late. I don't love a late birthday party. Charlotte got invited to a gymnastics one that was 6:30 to 8:30 on a Saturday night, and I'm like, she is 6.
My 6 year olds in, well, actually, both my kids are in bed by 8:30.
My kids are
Like,
in bed. Charlotte's in bed by 6:30. She was asleep at like 6:45 last night.
yeah, Camille goes to bed at like 7.
And Liam was asleep probably before 8. I mean, like they're asleep.
Yeah, we're
I
early.
mean,
We're
now
early to bed, people.
we're early to bed, early to rise. Like Liam has always
Same.
been an early morning kid. Like he, even on weekends, is up by like 6 a.m. Charlotte, I will say, yesterday slept later than everybody to the point where she was like, when I woke up, I was like, whoa, why is it light outside? And I was like,
Girl.
valid. But I'm always an early morning person. And I guess that's just your kids kind of are what you are. Like, I'll have friends that are like, we're lucky if our 6-year-old's asleep by 10. I'm like, well,
Couldn't
no,
be
like,
me.
would
Couldn't
never
be.
be
But
me.
I'm
The
also like asleep by then. So I'm like, I need you to go to bed
same.
early so that I can have a little bit of time because I want to be
Yes.
asleep by like 9:15.
That is our thing is like, if you're going to wake up early and not give us mornings, you're not also going to take our nights. Like you don't get
100%.
both. And with
Right.
Liam, like he doesn't go to bed right away, but we're done at 6:30. Like you can do Legos in your room, you can read, you can do whatever you want. And then he just gets in bed when he's tired and goes to sleep,
Sure.
which is great. And he's not like coming out and doing
Right.
stuff. And I mean, Charlotte pretty much goes right to bed. Like girl is tired. I mean, especially like Thursday night though, she had a 6 p.m. soccer game and that was
Oh,
rough.
that,
Well,
yeah.
she had gone to a full day of school, gone straight from school to an hour of or tumbling. We'd come home, changed, had a quick dinner, and then she had a 6 p.m. soccer game.
That's
And we
tough.
were all pretty tired Thursday night. Like Thursday night, I was like, would be great if we had off tomorrow. Like that would have actually been ideal, but alas, not our journey. Plus, it was the first week back from spring break. And for some reason, the reentry after spring break was much harder than the reentry after Christmas
Ooh.
for all of us.
Yeah.
I know what I was gonna say. Are you reading anything? We just like
Yeah.
glazed right
Yeah.
over
Let
that.
me. Oh, okay. Did you read Conform by Ariel Sullivan? It was,
Nope.
do you know what I'm talking about? The Jenna Bush Hager pick. It was last year, her like own
Mm-mm.
voices, her new imprint.
No, I know
It's
that. I haven't read it.
Okay, it's like dystopian, kind of romanticy. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I just started Beneath, which is her prequel to it, and I think it's kind of giving what was the Danny Francis one that came out last year? Broken Dove is a sequel. Hang on, I gotta find it. It kind of is reminding me of that. I'm like 10% in, but I really like it. I just finished though a thriller by Steve Kavanaugh, and he's like great. His books are wild. It was called Two Kinds of Stranger, and that was excellent. Like that was a 5-star thriller. But Beneath is really good. I will report back though.
Well, that's good. I
What are you
have not read
reading?
anything since I have not read a single
Oh,
page since we started or since we talked last week. Life has just been a little
Life
bit
is
busy,
Lifing.
but I finished Love Story is done. And I have thoughts. Okay. I really liked Love Story, the JFK Jr. Carolyn Bessette. The first like 6 episodes was amazing. Like, didn't want it to end. The next couple episodes, and I understand that like part of it is like the build up to them getting married, and then there are 2 episodes where they're married and they're just like miserable because she did not want to be in the spotlight. There were paparazzi just like Princess Diana style, like around them constantly, like just like they could not even get in and out of a car. She couldn't get a nail appointment, like without just people everywhere. And then in the last episode, they die in like the first 20 minutes in their plane crash. This is
Right.
not a spoiler, guys. This happened
You're
in real
right.
life 27 years ago. Like,
Right.
we knew this was coming. But I guess, like, in my head, since it's called Love Story, I assume it would just end with that. I didn't think we would have to then spend 40 minutes on the aftermath of them dying. And, like, that was just hard to watch because, like, hard to watch in that it was very sad. Because, like, her mom, and I think people focus a lot on him because Kennedy, but,
Right.
like, in the plane was him, Carolyn, and then her sister. And so her mom lost 2 daughters and like really goes into that in the thing where it's like, she even says, she's like, all the papers want to talk about are, John dying, but they're saying nothing about the fact that, both Carolyn and her sister died. Like, it's very much like, it was just sad. And like, he really kind of caused the crash. I mean, this was like much later that it came out that like he wasn't supposed to be flying at night. He wasn't cleared to do that yet. It was
Okay.
bad weather. Like, he should not have flown, and his kind of negligence caused that. And then this is me doing a deep dive after I watched it. She sued the Kennedy, like his estate, which was worth like $100 million, the mom, for like wrongful death. And I
Yeah,
think
I
she
mean,
settled for something like 15 or $20 million, which is crazy.
so sad. Yeah.
So yeah, but that's what I watched. I am hoping to read more this week just because I did not last week. But it's hard to, like, I am so tired at night. Like, I get in bed and I will try to start reading and I immediately fall asleep. So I have got to like work
That.
in some daytime reading here. Although Charlotte has play therapy this afternoon and I'm just sitting there for like an hour, so maybe I will use that time to read today.
What do you have like an immediate TBR? Do you have something that you're like have
Yes.
your eye
No,
on?
I'm reading. Let me open it. Tom Lake.
Oh, have you read any like
I have read one chapter.
okay. Okay.
And I so far, like, no problems. I
Yep.
will say when I posted on Instagram that I was reading it, the responses I got were very split down the middle. People were either like, I loved this book so much, or I did not finish it. And there was pretty much no in between.
Middle ground. All right, well, I'll be interested to see where you fall on that.
I'm cautiously going into it because I'm very worried I'm going to hate this and be miserable reading it. But I have no problem DNFing a book. I know some people don't like to do that. Some people are like, I am going to stick it out. And I
No.
used to be like that. And then I was like, life is really just too short to not read a book you like. Kind of like, I used to be somebody that if I started a TV show, I had to finish it no matter what. But like, I stopped watching Grey's Anatomy I don't even know how long ago. I mean,
I
10
know,
plus years ago.
same.
And now I mean, bless them. They finally are getting rid of Owen. Worst character on TV ever.
I stopped
Worst.
watching kind of like probably around maybe it's either the COVID season or the season after. And I was like, all right, this is
Oh,
like,
stopped watching long before COVID. I stopped watching right after. It was not when I watched for a little bit after Derek died, like maybe like a year or two after he died, I would watch. And then perhaps around the time that Arizona left, because I really liked Arizona.
yeah,
She's one of my favorite characters on the show. Um, but I would say the show I would say Derek leaving kind of like
was the
really,
nail in the coffin. Like I was,
yeah. And
like when
it's
you look
going,
back I like the begin like you look back at the beginning seasons, my Instagram keeps like feeding me like Izzy and Denny and George and Christina and like I'm like, oh my gosh, it was so good. So it's just really hard
it
to
was
like
so
watch.
good.
It was like peak television, which
I mean, we'll get there. But
yeah.
I remember Grey's Anatomy started the same time that How I Met Your Mother started. It was like all the same year. And I loved both shows. And How I Met Your Mother, I felt like went on too long. And that was 9 seasons. And even though I loved it and still love it, Grey's Anatomy has been on for 20, like it has been on over half my life at this point.
Yeah,
Like
it's wild.
that is insane. Like it is it
Like
has to
land the
be
plane, land the
other
plane.
than Law and Order SVU, it has to be like the longest running show on TV, like that kind of show. Surely.
Right. Other than like, are the like the bad soaps like that our moms used to watch like at like 3 o'clock? Like, are those
No,
still
I
on?
mean
Like,
like nighttime shows.
okay,
Like
yes.
longest running of like prime time
Oh, I would
network
assume so.
TV. I would
Yeah.
assume. I have to Google that. Here, you talk for a second about something.
Okay, well, actually, I was going to talk about back to books really quick because we did talk about our books that were like mostly anticipated and like things that were on a TBR for like spring and summer. I finished The Paris Match by Kate Claiborne and I really liked it. It was definitely like a more emotional story. And it when I was reading, I was like, God, this seems like a little long. I was like, how am I still like reading this? I like
Sorry, The
after.
Simpsons is the longest running.
Oh, okay.
And then Law and Order SVU, and then Grey's Anatomy.
Interesting.
The
Okay.
Simpsons has been on since 1989. SVU is the longest running like live action. It's been on for 25 years. And
Oh,
then Grey's, which is going into its 23rd year, which is stupid. We need to be done with this now.
yeah.
Does anybody even watch primetime network TV? I feel like anything I watch is streaming. I don't feel like I
Oh,
watch
agreed.
anything that is not streaming at this point.
No.
Does Grey's Anatomy know it could be better if it was like just on Netflix and they could do more? Like you could
Talk,
cuss and like
talk,
do other stuff. Just a thought.
talk to Shonda.
Does she even have a
Um,
handle on it anymore? Because she hasn't been involved in the show in like forever.
See, that's not like out of, I don't know, because I'm off the Grays bandwagon.
Yeah, no. None for me, thanks. Okay. Anything else we want to talk about upon our rebrand of said podcast? We will have a normal episode coming out next week. We are really excited about it. It's gonna be a fun one. And then we're just me yapping, guys. If you have episode requests, if you have author interview requests, if you have interview requests that are not authors, we're kind of open. So we would love to hear your feedback as well on what you guys would like to see. Kailey,
Yeah,
any thoughts?
really excited. We have a couple new kind of like episode topics that we're
Yes.
exploring and maybe going to bring on the regular. But again, like comments, ideas, we're just really excited to expand like what we can yap about and keep bringing you guys all the good content.
All right. Well, and Kailey, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram at KMC_reads.
You can find the podcast now at Big Yap Energy on Instagram. I have not changed anything else yet, but I will. And you can find me everywhere at Neelykins, except TikTok, where I'm Neely Moldovan. And please leave us ratings and reviews. We would love that. Helps us so much. It helps more people see the podcast. It helps the podcast grow, and we would just love to read them because they make my heart happy. So we will talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.